How to get the best clients to build your freelance business. How to get the best clients to build your freelance business. Hey, if you're looking for dreamy clients, ones that pay you a lot of money, ones that aren't problems, the unicorns, then you're going to want to watch this video, because I'm going to show you how to get the best freelance clients. Hey, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that big button down there, turn it from red to gray, and then a bell's going to pop up just like this. Don't forget, ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every single time I go live or I upload a video. Now, if you're a freelancer and you seem to have a book of clients from hell, then you're going to want to watch this video to the very end. I know it can happen. I know you can have problem clients. Matter of fact, it seems like most of them out there are problem clients until you watch this video, and you're going to see why they're problem clients and how to get the right kind of clients. Now, there are times when clients seem like they're great when you first make the deal, but they're really wolves in sheep's clothing. They will say things like, before I pay you, can I just change the approved image? I want it yesterday. They lost your invoice. Can you resend it? Sorry, I didn't reply. We really need this finished today. Can you send me an example? And if I like it, I'll pay you for it. Oh God, I love that one. Yes, we scrapped that. Didn't you know? I'll know what I want when you show me. Can I have 12 examples, please? You will have no life when you work for me. It's a great portfolio piece. I own you. This is the one, but maybe, actually, I think I like the first one better. Now, if you've got some bad clients, but they seem like they were great when you guys first hooked up, made your deal, it's because you missed some warning signs. And what I want to do is I want to go through all those warning signs, because this kind of client, the one that turns into the wolf, the one that was in the sheep's clothing, can be easily identified if you know what to look for in the beginning. Now, I know it's tough in the beginning, especially as a freelancer, a consultant, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever you're doing, because you need money. You want to take every single client that comes along. But I want you to think about this for a second. If you take every single client that comes along and 99% of your clients are just problems, they're eating up your time that you could spend with a really good client that's willing to pay you a lot of money, that isn't the big problem that some of these other clients are. Now, what I'd like to do is go through this list of red flags with you so that you can identify the clients that you may not want to keep, or the clients you may not even want to take in the beginning. Now, the first one has to do with communication. Communication is key to everything in life, really. Everything, to raising your kids, to working, to ordering your meal over the phone. Bottom line is, communication is important. Now, if you get a client in the beginning, this is after you've taken this client, you may want to consider getting rid of them. If you get a client in the beginning that is pushing you to get whatever project done extremely fast, and you submit it to them, and then crickets, you don't hear from them, you can't find them, they ghost you, that's going to be a problem client on down the road. If you see this happening, you're best to drop this client immediately, because this is not going to get any better. Number two, make sure they are clear on who the point of contact is. This can be a real bummer when they say, hey, the editing team will get with you, and then one day Dan's talking to you, and the next day Jenny's talking to you, and the next day Margaret's talking to you, and then Dan says, that's not what I wanted. Why'd you do that? And you say, well, because Margaret told me. It's a nightmare. Make sure you have one point of contact. That person can make decisions. And if a company is not set up that way, you're better off not to take that client, that company, because it's going to be a problem for you on down the road. Communication is key. Number three, they have to respect your opinion and your advice as an expert. Now, keep in mind, if you're hired as a freelancer, you're not an employee. That's not the point. The point is not for them to direct what your activities are. It's for them to listen to the advice of an expert, which you are. So if up front they're already trying to tell you what to do, or they don't listen to your advice, you're better off not to take that client. A good client has hired you because they know you're an expert in whatever field you're working in, and they respect that advice, and they actually do what you tell them to do. You know, they can respect your advice, but if they don't act upon what you tell them they need to do or provide to you, they're not going to be a good client, and you're better off not to take them or to drop them if you've got a client like this right now. Number 4, you know, it speaks to communication again, but I think it demands its own area, and that is, what are the expectations of the project? What exactly are the deliverables? What exactly do they expect to get from what you provide to them? I was doing some consulting a number of years ago, and I would have people get on the phone with me and say, well, I want to hire you because I know I'm going to be successful. And I would say to them, no, that's not true at all. You want to hire me because I want to give you the tools to help you become successful, but I cannot do the work for you. That's not what the type of consulting I was doing. I was an advisor. I would guide people. So when I did consulting, I let them know up front, because you hire me, that does not guarantee your success. When you hire me, it guarantees that you're going to get the tools to be successful, but you yourself have to do the job. Now that is a real specific way of explaining deliverables. Your deliverable may be something different. It may be, you know, you need to provide them with, you know, 4 different web page designs, and they're going to select one from that. That is your deliverable. My deliverable was tools and advice to the person. So be very clear about this up front, because if you're not clear up front, they're going to say that you didn't provide what they wanted. We have to figure out what they want first for us to be able to provide it. And we're down to number 5 now. Number 5 is they include you in the process. Okay, they have to include you in the process. If they don't include you in the process, if they don't keep you up to date with what's going on a project, you're not going to be able to provide good advice to them. You're not going to be able to provide a good service to them. So they have to keep you in the loop. And I think a lot of companies do this, where they hire people for specific little areas, but they don't keep the person in the loop about the entire project. So up front, you need to let them know that you need to be involved in all this. And I think you're going to get a better client too if you let them know up front what you expect. I think too many times as a freelancer, we're just listening to what they want, instead of telling them that you need to be involved in this for this to be successful. And I think they respect that. And if they don't respect that, you don't want them as a client. Okay, you want to get rid of them, and you'll find that by doing this, you're going to get better and better clients. And that's the key to all of this. Number 6, they let you work the way you want to work. Now remember, why did you become a freelancer anyhow? Because you didn't want to take orders from somebody else. You didn't want to have a boss. So if you like to work from 6 a.m. you know to 1 o'clock, and then take a nap in the afternoon, and you know, and then at midnight work another couple hours, that's what your process is, and that client has to adhere to that process. Now I have different people that work for me in different countries, and I respect their time zones. Some of them want to work at night when I'm asleep. Some of them want to work during the day. Some of them, you know, want to work, you know, 2 hours one day and 12 hours the next. I don't really care. I don't really care, because when I hire these people, I'm hiring to get that project done. I'm hiring to get that job done, and I respect the fact that they have to do it the way they want to do it. As long as they meet the timeline, as long as they get the things done that need to be done, I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. Okay, so I know, because I've done freelancing, I know that people have freelancing jobs because their schedule doesn't match with the rest of the world sometimes, and that's okay as long as they get the project done. So make sure they understand that you got to work the way you work. Number 7, they pay on time. Now I don't know what on time is for you. When I hire somebody to do anything, I either will tell them as soon as the project's done, I'm going to pay you, or I'm going to pay you 50% up front and 50% upon completion, or if it's a long-term project, I'm going to pay you every single week. You've got to get that set up in advance. Don't assume that everybody knows when to pay you. And if they don't want to agree on paying you the way you want to be paid, it's not one of your clients. It's a client you need to get rid of, or it's a client that you never need to take on. Payment is so very important. I used to work with a sales team, and the one thing I figured out is the quicker you paid them, the better results you would get. And this was an automotive sales team. I had a whole bunch of car salespeople, and you know, the dealership would pay them every 2 weeks or whatever, every week. I can't even remember what it was, but I would come up with bonus programs, and I would say, hey, anybody that sells a car today is going to get an extra $100, and I'm going to give it to you in cash on the spot. You can't believe how hard they would work for that. Now the normal commission on that car may be $400 or $500, but having $100 today meant so much more to them than having $400 or $500 on down the road. They still got their commission, don't get me wrong, but that extra incentive would help us sell a whole lot more cars. So if you get a client that pays you quickly, and I always pay quickly, I always pay on time. When somebody sends me an invoice, I mean within hours I'm already on it, and I'm paying it. And when you get a client like that, it's a dream, right? Because you don't ever have to worry about collecting. You don't ever have to worry about saying, hey, did you get that invoice? Did you send it over to your accounting department yet? You know, I don't want to talk to accounting. I don't want to talk to payables. I don't want to talk to anybody in their company except the person that I need to talk to. And when I send my bill over there, or when I record the hours, I get paid, and you should too. Now, we've been through 7 different things that's going to help you find an ideal client. The hardest thing for you is going to be to say no to somebody, to be able to say no to somebody. When you say no to somebody, you understand that you're giving up some money. Possibly some of these people don't even pay you, but you understand you're giving up some money, but understand that your time is way more valuable than you probably think it is right now. You could probably charge a lot more money than what you think you could right now, but you'll never know if you're bogged down by a bunch of bad clients who ask too much of you, who expect too much of you, who don't pay on time, who don't keep you in the loop, and cause frustration for you every single day. Don't take these kind of clients. And if you're listening to this right now and you have a book of clients like that, get rid of some of them. And I know you say, well, it's a steady income for me because, you know, it's a monthly job or whatever. If it isn't worth it, if it's causing you heartache, if it's causing you stress, you need to get rid of it. Remember, the reason that you became a freelancer in the beginning was so that you would have less stress, so you could work the way you wanted, so that you wouldn't have a boss. Okay, so don't get into a situation where you're freelancing for somebody who acts like your boss. Now, if you take this advice, you're going to have a book of great clients. You're going to be happy. You're probably going to make more money, and you're going to enjoy your life more. And isn't that what it's all about? I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you got something out of it, put a comment below. As a matter of fact, if you've got one of those nightmare clients from hell, tell me the story below. Tell me how you got rid of them. Tell me how you got them. Tell me what you did. I want to hear your story. I love your comments below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. I really appreciate you watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there. Turn it from red to gray. Matter of fact, you can do it right now. I'll wait. Did you get it done? Great. Okay, don't forget also ring the bell. A bell's going to pop up next to that subscribe button. You want to turn on all notifications. That way you're notified every time I go live or I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.